coming out of WrestleMania 40, Bully, it was like a celebration. We all felt good. High fives. What a great moment. Even Vince Russo, who's the most hardened person of anybody reviewing pro wrestling, said out of WrestleMania 40 that he got a little emotional watching what happened with Cody. Like, I think everybody just there was this great feeling of joy coming out of WrestleMania 40. It's just not the same coming out of WrestleMania 41. I feel like we got left down. WrestleMania 41 as a whole was kind of underwhelming, but I just don't feel like, I guess the best way to say it, Bully, is we were in a funk and we haven't gotten out of that funk yet. I still feel like we're kind of in that funk. What's going to get us out? Even Gunther last night, like when he was talking to Logan Paul, talking about social media and all that, I was just like, this is not the Gunther that we know from the last 2 years. It just feels different.
However, Logan Paul's doing a phenomenal job.
Yes, I think Logan Paul, out of anybody on that show last night, I think the MVP of last night's Monday Night Raw was Logan Paul.
Logan Paul did a great job with his promo with Gunther, and he also did a great job at the end of the night with that sucker punch on Jay and then that look at the end of the night.
Yeah, like licking his teeth, like his teeth were all bloody and licking his teeth. Like, dude, Logan Paul is a star and without a doubt the MVP right now on Monday Night Raw.
You know, most of the people listening know how wrestlers feel about outsiders. But when the outsider comes in and has a respect for what we do and gives the effort to try to get better and then is getting really good that they can creep into the main event scene, and the boys, such as myself, start putting them over for their performance. I don't know Logan Paul on a personal level. I might not like Logan Paul on a professional level, and I couldn't give a shit. Because if he can make money and draw money, that's all I care about. And what I'm seeing for Logan is nothing but maximum effort, or at least what his life will allow. He's now married. I think they might have a kid. He got the prime. He's got all these businesses, everything that he's. I think Logan is dedicating as much time to the WWE as possible. And I am very good friends with the guy responsible for training Logan Paul within the WWE. And all I hear from this guy is positive, positive, positive. And then when I'm at WWE every once in a while and I witness the boys and I pay attention to the boys around Logan Paul, it seems to me like Logan Paul is one of the boys. And that is the highest compliment that you can pay to him, that he's fitting in like one of the boys. If you need Logan Paul to go out there and get booed, he's going to go out there and get booed. You need Logan Paul to go out there and do a double springboard with AJ Styles, whatever, he could do it. Like, the guy is very talented. And you want to see him get beat up. He's such a snarky douche nozzle. And I have a funny feeling that by the end of the year, you might hear and new WWE World Heavyweight Champion Logan Paul.
I think he's earned it. I think he's embraced it. You know, you talk about it all the time, Bully, about one of the problems with heels is heels not embracing being a heel. He has no problem embracing being a... Here's a guy who has businesses outside the WWE. You know how you mentioned how The Rock, he wanted to be careful because, hey, he does movies, he has businesses, so he doesn't really want to be hated. It's very calculated. He wants to make sure that he's just a character on your TV so that you don't hate him when he's outside. Logan Paul has no such... He doesn't give a shit, Logan Paul. He is embracing it. He loves it. Loves it.
I don't think I ever told you this story before. Bully Ray, Heyday, TNA, on the plane one time, guy sitting next to me says, "What business are you in?" And I told him the hate business. He's like, "What?" I said, yeah, I'm in the hate business. And then, I started to snicker to myself because the answer was more for my own personal, enjoyment.
It's a good setup, though. It's a good setup because the guy's going to be like, what? It's a good setup.
I'm in the hate business, and I embrace the hate, and I love the hate. Here's a story I don't think I've ever told you, Dave, speaking about hate, okay? And Logan Paul, one of the very few, along with Christian, along with Don Callis, maybe I'm missing somebody, who truly embraces the hate and is not afraid to go out there and get booed. Do you remember the Un-Americans?
Yes.
Lance Storm, Test, and Christian. God rest Test's soul. That was 100% Vince McMahon's idea. Vince McMahon named the Un-Americans. He wanted to push the Un-Americans to the top. And when Vince has an idea, it's going to work, whether you like it or not. You want an example? The example is Roman Reigns. He wanted to push the Un-Americans. Unfortunately, at that time, it was a very tense time in the world. Christian and Lance and Test, I think, were getting a lot of hate mail or death threats or whatever it was. And they went to him and they like, hey, we're not very comfortable with this. I went into Vince McMahon's office and I begged him, Dave. I said, give me all of the Un-Americans' hate. And he lit up like the 4th of July. He smiled so big. And he was like, damn it, Bubba, why don't they? And we just, it went off into another conversation of why they weren't comfortable with it. But that's what I like. Give me all of that hate. That is what's lacking. No redeemable positive qualities to a character. There's not enough hatred, and Logan Paul embraces it, and he does it really well.
And you know what? And listen, in the WWE right now, and like I'm not trying to point fingers. I'm just stating the facts about my emotional connection with the WWE right now, coming out since we're 1 month to the day away from this last WrestleMania. Like they open up the show with the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Do I really hate Finn Balor and JD McDonough? Like they're going up against AJ Styles and Penta, and we love AJ and we love Penta, just because it's AJ and Penta. But is there really any emotional connection with anybody that was in the ring to start Monday Night Raw last night, Bully?
Surface level connection.
Yes.
Tip of the iceberg. Okay, I like AJ. I can go as far as I love AJ because what he's done in the wrestling business and what he's done in WWE. Penta, yeah, I like him. I like him for his passion on night one. I like him for the moves he does. Who else? The Finn Balor. I really don't have any reason to hate these guys. They're kind of the bad guys by default. So the level of emotional investment is really not that deep. So what am I responding to now? Movement.
Yeah, and
I don't want to respond to movement. I don't want to respond to movement. I could give a shit less about movement. I want to respond to human beings. I want an emotional connection with the character, the performer, the person. I don't care when you're in love with somebody, okay? You don't give a shit about any of their faults. You don't care if they have a physical fault. You don't care if they have a quirkiness in their personality. You just know that you love them and you accept them and everything is great. That's how I want to feel about my wrestling characters. I don't care about your moves.